so we have, I've already got stamped and ready to go our main character. She's going to stand here like this with a lantern. Ooh, it's a bit scary. I don't know if I want to go in there, but she is, because she's brave like that, not like me. And she's going to have a lantern and a hand. But let me show you how you marry these up, because I was thinking everything's pre-stamped. She could have a bike with her as well. Say she could be out for a little tootle out in the bike. So let me show you. And the point being as well is you can cross from autumn and winter and spring and summer. The bike is actually in the spring and summer set, and she's in the autumn winter set. But it doesn't matter, the dog is the same. The dog, one of the dogs is sitting and the other dog is running. So they'll go across either. The cat's in one of the sets, but not in the other. So you can swap and mix and match like that too. So if you want to, what I would do is cut all of your images out with your that fabulous card we just talked about earlier. That would be my go-to. Then you're ready to just ink them when you want them. Just pop them in a bag, in a box, keep them straight, because like here, the little bit of the bike's bent a little bit. So be careful not to get them creased or bent, but keep them nice and flat. And then when you're ready to use them and stamp and colour and add the ink and everything, all the die cutting's done. So you can clear the decks, you're back to that, and then look how cool that is. Look at the detail, that's so cool. So if you wanted to, you could have the bike kind of behind her and she's standing there and she's looking, she's saying, whoa, okay, I don't know if I want to go in there. But she's got a bike with her as well. So it's up to you what you want to play with, what you want to add to that. Right, so we'll add that, we'll pop that there, but let me show you how I would colour her in as well now. So we have got distressings aplenty, and I said I'm going to do a look like Little Red Riding Hood, like a play on that. So I'm going to use some candied apple. And I might actually use a little bit of spice marmalade underneath as well to give the hat a kind of a glow, because I think red with a little bit of a yellow undertone always looks really effective. We'll have her wearing some jeans. I think I had a blue out there, Stormy Sky. Yep, Stormy Sky will do for our jeans. So plenty of colour out there, and we'll have some hickory smoke for shading. Like that. Right, that should be good. So we're literally just going to paint with the distressings now. So taking some of this yellowy colour, I'm going to undercoat the red with a little bit of yellow just to give it a little bit of a glow. And I'm going to give her the same colour scarf as well. These are fab though. You can play with the kids with this. You can have them tell a story and you know, make up their own kind of little storybook with them. If you do all the cutting out and maybe the stamping for them, I think they would have a fab time colouring in with these. So we've got that coloured in. Now it's up to you. If you add more water, you're going to get a lighter colour. Basically, just use them like watercolours. So if you want a pastel version of that red, just add more water. If you want it stronger, less water. Simple as that. So we've got a scarf going on there, which is fab. All right, okay. Then we're going to do our jeans. Let's do that because that's quite straightforward. So the denim, I'm just literally going to go over with this, and I'm actually going to paint as well at the side. If your die is slightly short of the edge on one side, colour it in because you don't want to see like a white halo. Just colour that in. And then I'm going to take a bit of this, the hickory smoke or even black soot, just to put a little bit of shade in where the folds are in our jeans. So that's that. We'll give her maybe a green jacket. Let's give her a forest moss jacket. We'll give her red gloves as well. I'm running out of room on the mat. What I would say as well, when you're colouring in with these, if you've got a plate or something that you can pop your colours on, do that. A tile, a white ceramic tile is brilliant, because if you pop your colours out and you don't use them all, then you can just go back tomorrow and just re-wet them the next day or whenever. But if they're on your glass mat, you're going to want to clear that up because you're going to want to use your mat again. So yeah, just by putting them on a tile, it means you're going to save some of your stuff, your ink. Right, so we've got that there. So she's starting to look really, you know, pretty cool. We've got, actually I'm going to give her red mittens as well. Let's give it all coordinated. And we'll give her some brown shoes. So that's how quick we can colour this in. Let me show you. So nothing too fancy, just a little bit of shading, and we'll give her some, make her hair brown as well. Right, so I'm going to dry that. I'm going to wipe all of this up. All this stuff, like, oh, it's far too much ink, but that's okay. And I'm going to dry her now, and I'm going to show you how to make it look like she's a much more moody and in the kind of environment, to give her a little bit of shading. Really easy way. So we'll dry that. And it's important you dry this for this next bit. She needs to be thoroughly dried. So what we're going to do now is use your applicator again to make it look like she's in shadow. So if you wanted to make it look like she's actually part of that environment and there's light at the front but not at the back, use your black soot and just go ahead and catch the back of the figure. And then this could be the dog if it was coming from the other direction, whatever it is. And then also at the base where it's going to be darker there. And you're shading in a arty fashion, but without having to be clever at blending the inks. So now she looks like she's got shadow behind her. I am going to darken this a little bit more because I do want it a little bit more dramatic. Now that I've trimmed it down, I've lost some of the vignette, so I'm going to darken that a little bit. And then I'm not going to put the whole card together, but I'm going to show you really the main bits I wanted to show you, like this. And then it's just really showing you how you can use the elements as in a simple fashion or in a much more kind of arty way. And it's up to you where you feel like you're at in your journey. If you want to you know, try something a little bit different and maybe push it a bit further. So then you see if she's standing there, she's dark. She's not just a white glowing figure standing against that background. Let me see if I've got any white card here that we can pop this against, because I think if we pop that against a white mat, we'll be able to see it a bit better. Let me just trim this down. This is where you normally see everything's already pre-cut, but sometimes, like I say, I think it's good to see you see you working on it as you go. Like when you've done a little mark with your nail and then you can't find it. Right, let's see what we've got there. We just need a little edge, just see that pops out there. Needed the lighter border on it to make it stand out. Right, so say we've got the card here, we've got that there. Like I say, I'm not going to glue it, I'm just going to pop it, lie it down so you can see how it's going to come together, because you know how glue works. All right, so we've got that there, looking really dark and moody, but it's got that, you look like you're walking into it. It's got the light, it's guiding you in there. She's going to stand there. Now, the other thing is you want to shape these. Don't leave it so that it's just, you know, flat, because you want to give them a bit of contouring, a bit of dimension. You could also, if it may not do it now, you see I've left this a little bit lighter here at the top of her arm, because I want it to look like there's light coming from this side, because there's going to be that glow over here. So we might get away with blotting that up a little bit, but if you've dried it, usually it's kind of set the distress ink in there. But what you can do is we'll take a little bit of this mustard seed and see if we can add a touch of a, yeah, look, see, by popping that little bit there, that yellow more, it looks like there's the glow at the front from the light. All right, I said I wasn't going to stick that down, but I am, because it's going to irritate me if I don't. So I need to find me sticky things here. All right, bear with, even if it's just really quickly, just in a very not permanent fashion, just so we can see this come together. Right, pop that there. Okay, pop this here like that. And then she can stand here like that. But she does need a lantern in her hand. So the lantern is here somewhere. There it is. So this is going to be coloured and it's going to be in her hand like that. So this again needs to have that really light glow in it, because that's going to be a kind of a light source there. And you can just pop a little bit of maybe blue or stormy sky, something like that would work, just for the glass bit around it. I mean, it's so little, you don't have to worry too much about how you're colouring this in, really. I've got green, but that's okay. Just add a little bit of colour on it. And so she's going to stand there. She's got the lantern. Now, if you look, you'll be able to kind of pop her hand through it if you play with it a little bit. That'll hook over her hand. And she's going to stand there like this, coming into the picture. And on the outside here, you're going to want we're going to put some pumpkins. Now, quick tip for colouring in the pumpkins quickly is to start with a coloured card. Let me show you how much quicker it is if you've got a coloured card. So straight away, I don't need to use yellow, whereas on this pumpkin and these ones, I would probably want some yellow kind of base on there first. So I would have to go ahead and pop a little quick wash of yellow where I want the highlights on the pumpkins to be. Yeah. But if I do it on yellow card, I've already got that on, so I've skipped that stage. Then I might want a little bit of spiced marmalade. And pop that on. Clean the brush first, definitely. That was not the cleanest bit of, that's a bit better, glass mat there. Like this. Like that. But on this one, on the coloured one, you can go straight in with the marmalade and you've got a much stronger colour straight away, see? So you've actually cut out a big step there. And I think I'm going to go straight in. Yeah, I need more spiced marmalade. For some reason, it's taking a lot of the colour. That's better. Just a case of check out how much you've got on your brush, how much water you've got on your brush. If it's going too pale, then you've probably got a little bit too much water going on there. But that'll do there. Just I'm speed painting, seriously. And you know what? Sometimes you don't need to do it any faster. And a little bit of gathered twigs just for this bit here. Right, so let's get her back. We can fix that little thing later. And you're going to have an arrangement of pumpkins at the front. So it was great Halloween cards. So you can see how these are going to take you all year round here. And you've virtually got your card done, just like that. I said I was going to use Sharon's card as inspiration, but it was going to be, it wasn't going to be a carbon copy. And you can see how I've gone much darker, moodier, nighttime. And Sharon's is paler, and you can see a little bit more of the detail. She's got some little leaves in amongst the pumpkins as well, and also popping your wording on there. I probably would stamp and emboss that in a light or gold or something, with the maybe let your light shine, because that's so dark. But hopefully that's given you an idea of how you can play with these, and you know, it's the same principle with any of the seasons. You've got so much to play with, and you can keep them as basic or as fancy as you want. Take those stencils further by putting those little tweaks in, adding, do those little tricks for shading your characters if it's dark in one area and light in another. And hopefully that you've enjoyed that. I've had fun. So yeah, thanks all. See you next time.